Increasingly, the access to beaches for Jamaicans is being reduced. This is almost natural, as more hotels are built, almost all with the all-inclusive concept. More beachlands are cordoned off and taken away from the access we once enjoyed. Good day. Thank you for joining me again for another Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast. This is episode 64. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We would love to see your comments too on this channel to issues being raised here. Desmond Richards keeps his eyes on the Integrity Commission and says the politicians are up to no good over it. Winnie Anderson Brown takes up the matter of Chat GPT, going almost centuries of technology from electronic typewriters to Chat GPT. But she has a warning. All that's to come. Now, to Frankly Speaking, the commentary. Yes, beaches are part of the holidays sold to most potential visitors, because Jamaica scarcely has attempted to develop and sell any of the other sides of this nation, aside from sand, sea, and sex. Jamaicans, especially those in the rural areas, appreciate and love going to the beach, part of the limited open spaces available to us, where people can de-stress and associate. But more and more, we are finding that these are getting less and less. Let's take the low-hanging fruits first. There are some already demarcated public beaches that should be operated openly and as clean, safe, and secure spaces for Jamaicans and anyone who wishes to use them. The threats to access are many and varied. At one of the best-known public beaches on the North Coast, for example, Burwood Beach, just outside of Falmouth, there is now a court case over ownership. A family in the parish is now in court with the Trelawney Municipal Corporation, TMC, disputing the corporation's claim that it owns the beach. Potentially, this could remove Burwood Beach from public use. There are other court cases, such as with a sliver of a beach at Discovery Bay next to Puerto Rico St. Anne, which has been leased by the Guardsman Group and is doing very well as a private facility, charging about $2,000 to enter. The Red Cross Beach next door to Puerto Rico is tied up in dispute and is not accessible for the moment. The status of still next door now, Fisherman's Beach, is not clear either. All of this is on a little piece of the rock that is a minefield. Remember, I told you. Frankly speaking, St. James has a better outlook. The completion of the Harmony Park with beautiful high-class facilities has been a boon for the tourism town. That development incorporated the old dump-up beach, which was popular but lacking in many regards. In addition, residents of St. James still have potential access to One Man Beach, on which there is renovation now taking place, and Walter Fletcher, owned by the UDC, and which is apparently to be developed. Municipal corporations, or parish councils as we know them, do own several beaches, including fishing beaches. And these have been generally poorly run. One of the better ones is Flavors Beach at Runaway Bay in St. Anne. On holidays, such as the coming Easter, it will attract thousands on any given day. Access is free. Some paid arrangement is made for bathroom facilities, but the place is generally run down. A sign used to tell you there will never be any lifeguard on duty, and the sea walls built years ago are crumbling. Flavors is on the lease and is fairly well run. The Fantasy Beach at Priory is another thing again. There's a dispute over the lease, and all permanent structures there, including bathrooms, were recently knocked down. The UDC-owned Little Duns River has been locked down for months with no sign of when it will reopen. A well-run facility at Ocho on the Bay, or Bay Beach, is available, as are other good private facilities. Frankly speaking, I've thought about it a lot and wondered whether ownership and operation of beaches where that should reside. I must say I am also aware about the argument as to whether legally there is any space for hotels to prevent you or me from accessing the beach in front of their facilities or adjacent to their properties. Let's face it, frankly speaking, municipal corporations now and for many years have proven themselves exceedingly inept at running anything, any kind of business or service. There's proof aplenty. Municipal corporations are notoriously incompetent, frankly speaking. But they hold and own beaches. Where they divest these, even that process is often mired in corruption or bad-mindedness, friend and company business. People know it. But with investment by the TPDCO, or the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF, these beach facilities could be extensively improved and properly managed by boards set up to lease said holdings. Now, you know, arrangements could easily be made there too to have paid access, paid at a small fee that would cut out no one from their use, but which would be sufficient to ensure bathroom and lifeguard services and just proper sanitation, for example. To allow parish councils or municipal corporations to run them would be to continue the same kind of slackness that one sees all across the country at facilities run by said corporations, frankly speaking. I'm not claiming good beaches are all on the North Coast, and I know there's still an issue with Fort Clarence, and I'm not touched on the problems of Negril beaches, some of the finest on the island. Two, I'm aware that I have not, in this podcast, returned to the Portland conundrum of the Blue Lagoon and the Winifred Beach, but I shall return. Let's just say this again. Right now, how about an audit regarding all the beaches that are supposedly run by the Jamaican government, whether local government or central, on behalf of the Jamaican people? That would be something else. Now here is Desmond Richards.
Well, it is clear to us about the Integrity Commission. It is clear, very clear. The government has clearly indicated its intentions. If we listen to Member of Parliament Harold Warmington's statement to Parliament, is that it is aimed at weakening the position of the Integrity Commission. Now, as I indicated some time ago, that we have to and we must pay attention to what the government intend to do with the Integrity Commission. We know that they are upset with the Commission, and therefore we cannot allow the parliamentarians to address the Integrity Commission. we, the people, must have a say. One of the things that is clear in Jamaica, that corruption, the main players, the main perpetrators of corruption are the political actors. If you look back at corruption over the past 60 years, what you will see is that the politicians are at the front. They are the ones who are the main players in these corrupt practices. And therefore, we know that given the chance, they will wipe out the Integrity Commission. When you listen to the reports coming out of the parliament, what the parliamentarians are saying is that their intentions is not to strengthen the commission, not to give the commission a free hand to fight against corruption. No, they want a weak corruption, a weak integrity corruption body which they can manipulate and twist around their hands. We must stand up against that. The Integrity Commission must be given a free hand to operate, and the politicians must obey the rules. As we speak right now, the Prime Minister is in breach of the Commission's rule.
That's Desmond Richards, journalist and founder of Rebel Radio Jamaica. And now to Winnie Anderson Brown.
My oh my, how things have changed. I remember in the early 90s, I used to have to go through customs before leaving Jamaica because I had an electronic typewriter and I wanted proof so that I would not be charged for it on my return to Jamaica. Fast forward to 2023, and we're here talking about chatbots, specifically Chat GPT 3 is really making waves, and there's a lot of talk, especially in educational circles. Let me just say that it is clearly stated that one of the limitations is that, in my own words, the information is not always accurate. And I will share with you my experience with the chatbot. I asked Chat GPT 3 about Bard AI. And you know that Google launched Bard AI on the 21st of March this year. In answer, I'm calling it to Chat GPT. So here goes the answer I got from Chat GPT 3. Bard AI is an artificial language model developed by OpenAI, the same research organization that created GPT-3. Bard AI is designed to generate human-like text in the style of William Shakespeare, the famous English playwright and poet from the 16th and 17th centuries. And I will go straight to the ending paragraph. The goal of Bard AI is to enable users to generate original works of Shakespearean style, poetry or prose, as well as to assist scholars in analyzing and understanding Shakespeare's work. Now, talk about a piece of work that sounds plausible. But of course, if you know what Bard AI is, you would know that that is incorrect information.
That's Winnie Anderson Brown, educator and health facilitator. Allow me pleased to express condolences to the family and friends of a very dear friend, Jennifer Hobson Hector, attorney who died last week. She was a kind, hardworking person who gave freely of her services as attorney to many causes and persons who couldn't afford what they needed. She was a person who had more pride in Brownstown Center and her hometown than many other people I know. Rest in peace, Jenny. That's it for the 64th episode of the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. On behalf of Desmond Richards and Winnie Anderson Brown, I'm Franklin McKnight. Until then.